Hello everyone, I am Astos Das and I am going to answer 10 questions regarding the mysteries of our universe. So let's go into question number 1. What is Oort cloud? Oort cloud are small planetesimals that surround the sun from 2000 astronomical units away from it. They are actually small particles that are like the Kuiper belt and they. Let's learn about astronomical units now. Astronomical units is the distance used by astronomers and which is equal to the distance between Earth and Sun. This is mostly used to measure the distance from the Sun in our solar system. They are not used to measure other celestial bodies outside our solar system. Let's talk about orbital velocity. Orbital velocity is the velocity gained by orbital rockets to get into low Earth orbit. It is 28 kilometers per second. Some famous examples are PSLV, Falcon 9, Electron, Proton, Soyuz, Long March 5, etc. Let's answer a question from the most mysterious and the most weird planet of our solar system, Venus. And one of its mystery is the reason is that when there is a theory that Mercury was one of its only moon, and because of it Venus rotated anticlockwise. But because of Sun's strong gravity, which was very strong at that time, it pulled Mercury into its orbit, and then Venus started rotating the other way, but very slow. Let's talk about dwarf planets. Dwarf planets are basically the planets which can't fulfill these three criteria. Criteria 1. A planet should orbit the sun, and they do. Criteria 2. They should they should be hydrostatically equilibrium, which means they should form nearly a square, which is not formed by these by Haumea and Ceres. And the third criteria, which does not fulfill any of these dwarf planets, is they should clear the neighborhood around it, which they don't. So that's why these five planets are considered as dwarf planets. But they are the only five famous ones. Actually, scientists have discovered 10 dwarf planets in total. But they believe that there are at least 50 of them in our solar system. They also have small moons. And Pluto has 5 moons. And the biggest moon is Charon, which is half its size. That's why they both are tidally locked. Now let's go out of our solar system to the nearest star system, Alpha Centauri. Alpha Centauri is on 4 light years away from us. It consists of Alpha Centauri A, B, and Proxima Centauri. Out of them, Proxima Centauri is the smallest. It is the small. It is a small yellow dwarf star. It is almost as small as Jupiter, and some planets, Proxima Centauri B and C, are located very close to it. But since it is small and its habitable zone would be near, which means these planets are located in the habitable zone of the star. They may host life in it. Now let's look at mystery number 7. What time does it take for sun's light energy to reach its surface? Well, it you may be surprised to know it actually takes 200,000 years for the sunlight to reach solar surface, the chromosphere. Because of proton atoms which almost block the sunlight to reach its surface, and they always bounce light back into the sun. But after it reaches the surface, it only takes about 8 minutes to reach Earth's surface. Now let's take a what if Europa orbited Earth? Actually, Europa is a moon of Jupiter, and it's the sixth largest moon of our solar system. And life can eventually form on this moon. And the only lacking thing is sunlight. And if Europa orbited the Earth, sunlight would be the only ingredient, and We would have alien neighbors. It would definitely reflect more light than the moon because of its icy surface, which can affect us here on Earth. As we won't get proper sleep, the Europa's light will always interrupt our life and also wildlife. Now let's look at another mystery. What if we could travel the speed of light? If we could travel the speed of light, then we can reach any part of our solar system within less than a day. We can reach the moon in just a blink. We can reach to Mars, Venus and Mercury in just 10 minutes. We can reach the outer planets, including the Plutonides and Jovian planets, in just 10 hours. And interstellar travel could be possible, as to reach the nearest star system would take 4 years. So think how far nearest star is. Okay, let's look at the last mystery. What if we nuke the moon? If we nuke the moon, Earth will spin 2 times faster and tides will not occur. As because moon's gravity made the Earth slower and tides only occur because of the moon. Earth's Earth's axis would be tilted as because moon's gravity is the reason why Earth's axis is tilted. The fragments of the moon will either form rings around it or crash into the surface causing destruction to us. So our moon is very important. Thank you and have a nice day.